I
So
read
it's something I
about
always
that.
find to people.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
So I read about that for you. You had trouble with the corn, and that you had to have like family members or something. I forgot how it went, but you had to have someone bring it back for you because the way that they process corn isn't the same way that you desire to have it and use it for the dishes that you prepare.
Well, I think that, yeah, like it's so, okay, for example, I didn't actually ask anybody to bring me cornmeal, like, Jiffy or like, or whatever, because I was like, all right, let me just figure out how to do this on my own. Because, at the end of the day, you're running a business. And so if your business relies on a product that you can only get when somebody's flying in, that's a little dicey. So I need to figure out how to get it and make it, something that it's easy for me to do here and to get here. And so with the corn, I think the thing about corn in Mexico, is that most of the things the corn products that they have undergo this process. It's called nixtamalization. And basically what they're doing is they're wetting the corn, softening it up, and then grinding it so they can make tortillas and tlacoyos and like all these different things that, are corn based here. In the US, we don't really have that process because most of the things that we use corn for, the corn is dry. So if you're having grits, if you're having cornbread, that's coming from dry corn um I can only think of the word in Spanish right now, that was ground in order to make it that consistency. And so that's just a cultural difference between Mexico and the US. So there's no cultural context for them to have really different varieties of cornmeal or different types of cornmeal because they don't use it. It's not a staple in their culture. And so that's kind of like, the thing that makes the cornbread especially unique here. And then besides that, like, little stuff that I can't fully recreate it, so I have to have somebody bring it. Um, Blue Kool-Aid, we have like a a drink here on the menu that requires blue Kool-Aid, so I'm always looking for somebody to mule some, ice blue raspberry Kool-Aid or whatever that stuff is called for me, bring it back from the US. Old Bay seasoning, can't get that
Mm.
here. It's very difficult. I was talking about Old Bay to somebody else, and Old Bay heard about it, and they hooked me up with
Oh,
some
nice.
bottles, so that was really great. And then besides that, I think like most other stuff I can kind of do without or like figure it out for myself. So I haven't really had too many issues, but there's certain things like that, like Old Bay, especially being from the Maryland DC area, like it just has to taste like Old Bay. Otherwise, it's something else. So there's certain things like that that you just can't recreate, and that's okay. So we just gotta, get it when we can get it, and when we got it, we ration it out.